Oh my god, look at the guy with the shirt. He's probably a pretty reputable source of information, more so than most of the people I see on YouTube. Um, yeah, a lot of stuff on YouTube is kind of garbage, but I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that isn't. Some of the This is a couple videos that have changed my life recently, because there is something to actually applying certain videos on YouTube. I will say, there's one channel which I don't particularly like myself, to be honest. It's fine, but the teaching style is not for me, which is Dr. K's channel, Healthy Gamer, GG, and he's a lot of people I know consider him to be like a prodigy of mental health. For the reason he doesn't like work super well for me is I don't think the way he explains himself, I find like he repeats himself a little too much, and the language is too circular sometimes, so that I get a bit lost. Maybe I'm just dumb, but yeah, his advice is amazing. He really understands what's going on right now with the screens and our brains and all that stuff. But this channel, there's a video on this channel called Big Think that really got me thinking about my focus in a way that I hadn't before. So basically, the way I understand this is we humans we have kind of a maximum limit of attention we can give per day. There's like a certain amount of time, certain number of hours in the day of like focused, concentrated attention that we are capable of outputting. And that attention is it's not like sitting down and really deliberately grinding out math or anything. That attention includes any kind of activity where you're using a screen, because to our like our little brain, that thing is like the most I'm pointing at my phone by that thing. I don't know, it's like the most alluring, attention grabbing thing, and that uses up your focus. Like if you have, let's say, 5 hours of focus per day, and it's allegedly not like a ton of focus you get to play with actually. And if you're going beyond that, you're kind of forcing it. According to this, well, I don't actually know if that's true, honestly. I wouldn't say my understanding of that is that amazing. But basically, yeah, there's a limited amount of focus you've got, and you're kind of draining that battery by using a phone. And yeah, it's thinking about it like that, like completely changes my perspective, because before I'd have like YouTube videos and whatnot playing in the background, and I'd like get up, and like one of the first things I'd want to do was like let's start listening to music or like watch some video about something, and just put it on in the background, or I start my day, like get food and whatnot. But now, knowing that focus battery thing, it's like much better to just wake up and with the freshest mind possible, just start doing your hardest stuff right away. And this is advice from many other people too. It's just probably like token self-improvement advice, whatever, that I just haven't listened to for all these years. But like starting your hardest tasks right away, just getting started while your mind is completely fresh after sleeping, has been huge for my focus. And then another thing is like, if you want to improve your focus, regain it, you can spend some time, like meditating helps, but what's recently helped me more than meditating is like, well, I guess it counts as meditating in a way, is just like walking around. On the weekend, I walked around for like 3 hours in my town, and I just looked at stuff, because I felt like I wasn't really getting stuff done. I felt like I was watching too much YouTube. So I just like looked at my town very closely in detail that I hadn't before. And I found a bunch of weird back alleys and stuff in it. But yeah, just walking around doing something like in nature, especially completely off grid, I think is really important for our small brains, because we evolved in silence. We're not evolved to take like an onslaught of distractions 24/7, and it just makes your brain like jumbled, and it's hard for it to focus. So yeah, I'm just kind of like sinking into a quieter, simpler lifestyle. Like the more that I look at what what having like screens all around us is doing. And honestly, like, I've probably talked about this in another video, but like the last bastion of things vying for my focus is pretty much YouTube. Like, I don't have other social media. My phone, I actually got rid of Spotify on it. I have my library card, audiobook app called Libby. And that's like the only form of media I have on my phone. Other than that, I use it for recording and text messaging, and it's on silent, face down the rest of the day. So that's not really a problem for me. Also, like, it's on airplane mode right now, but if you want to, you can make it red, which just makes the light emitted from it a lot less addictive. But yeah, YouTube is like, I live in that world, unfortunately. Like, that's why it's like kind of harder to separate myself from watching YouTube, because like I end up kind of watching people in similar niches just to see like what's going on in the tech world. And then that just like bleeds into watching other random YouTube that I don't want to be watching. And yeah, they engineered that shit to be pretty damn addictive, bro. But it's not like, oh, that's actually one thing. Another thing from this video is what they're showing now is like people can get really seriously addicted to their phones and stuff, and there's like the same chemical pathway light ups as like drugs in your brain. This has probably been known for ages, but like, yeah, people will actually kind of tweak out if you take their devices away from them, which is wild. And yeah, it's so if you're serious about focus, I honestly don't believe like you can get away with something like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna watch TikTok for 3 hours a day. I'm just tapering on this vice. I'm just tapering on these YouTube videos. Like, I believe what will happen there, and because I've slightly been stuck in this cycle for a while, for months at a time too, is you, if you don't go cold turkey cutting out that stuff, like, so you have this focus battery, right? Let's say like 5 hours a day, and you spend like 3 of it on TikTok or YouTube, and then you spend like 45 minutes to an hour maybe like texting people or communicating, and then like your daily chores that require some thought and coordination maybe take up another chunk of that, and then you're left with like almost nothing, maybe less than an hour. And this is a completely arbitrary estimate too, but you get what I'm saying, right? That you have like a fairly limited battery, and you have to make the most of that battery if you want to be serious about making progress on things you care about in life. And because, to be honest, you're going to spend like a lot of your waking hours kind of just in maintenance of like exercise and I don't know, like maintaining your basic relationships and whatnot. And you've got I don't know, just a fairly small amount of time during the day to work on what you want to work on. And that time, like, it really should be focused. If you've got something else vying for that attention battery and you're draining 3 hours of it right when you wake up, that's fucked up. Like, that is not going to help you get to where you want at all. And then I think what the problem is, so people, like, kind of get fed up with trying to seriously pursue, which is insidious, which is, like, just an insidious thing of these algorithms. Like TikTok and whatnot, they get fed up trying to pursue working hard at studying or something, because it's like, it's very difficult to do. So it's like hard to make meaningful progress while you're also engaged in watching a ton of social media or something. And then, like, because it's hard to make significant progress, you just don't really invest much time in it. You don't get that snowball effect where once you start to do some real hard actual work for 2 weeks, and then you look back and you're like, hey, now I know something that I didn't know before. Like, I just pushed forward the boundary of my knowledge. It actually wasn't that bad. That wasn't that painful or hard. And now I know like quite a bit more than I did yesterday or 2 weeks ago. And getting that snowball going where you just, you have that internalized that that's possible, that realization, and you just keep running that in a cycle every week where you do it and do it and do it, and you become a 10x engineer. If that continues to compound over your lifetime, that cycle is not possible really if you can't get into, I don't know, like the discipline loop that's needed. Just my 2 cents on that. Let me know what you think of the Big Think channel, because I might just be completely wrong about them. They might be a disreputable fake. I don't know. That's probably not the case. Plus, they've like got me to stop a lot of bad habits, so I owe it to them.